I'm a very huge Kattar nationalist, in my mind. I follow my dharm, that is Sanatan, and I'm very, very proud of it. There are millions of stories in our country, but I still feel that people still stuck in this whole game of setting up projects and
I get it.
safety and
Yeah,
this
yeah.
and that, and so people are scared to tell stories because everybody gets down to यार commercial कुछ लिखते हैं वो तो क्योंकि actor नहीं आएगा तो फिर ये नहीं होगा तो फिर वो नहीं होगा. Hopefully that will improve. It has improved a little now,
Right.
with some content that has been very brave and very successful also, like a 12th fail or something.
Right.
You know,
Right.
दुनिया भर में बहुत नकारात्मकता है, बहुत नेगेटिविटी है, तो बस अपना ध्यान रखिए, अपने अपने मन का ध्यान रखिए, पॉजिटिव रहिए और प्यार और पॉजिटिविटी को जितना फैला सकें उतना फैलाइए, क्योंकि दुनिया भर में लड़ाइयाँ तो वैसे भी हो रही हैं.
Hi, this is Siddharth Shukla from Take One Filmy, and the guest we have today, well, he doesn't need any introduction. With a great body of work, he is a household name who is receiving lots of love and the hatred for your character, I'm very sure. But a very warm welcome to Sudhanshu Pandey on Take One Filmy. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Firstly, it's such a pleasure to talk to you. It's such a pleasure that I'm talking to you right now because you have a great body of work, and I have to say this to you because he's around since early 90s or mid 90s, I guess.
Mid 90s, yeah.
The energy he has today is more than mine. That is commendable. What drives you to your basically what motivates you? What's your pushing force when you wake up and you're just energetic and on the roll?
I think it is my sense of gratefulness to the Almighty that gives me all the energy, because I feel that having come from having been born, brought up in UP, grown up in a very typical Indian middle class family, from there to have come into the city, which we call the city of dreams, and having sustained for so long, and whatever I have today, I mean, I've earned a lot of love, respect, and goodwill from people in the industry and outside, and so much love that I get for my work. I have nothing but gratefulness in my mind, and I think that gratefulness just inspires me all the time. That this is, I think I'm living a dream.
Wow.
A lot of people dream of a life that I'm living, so I think that is something that I must value every single day.
Wow, I think that's your driving force, I'm sure.
That is totally.
Wow. Where in UP are you from? I'm also from UP.
Yeah, I know. When you said Shukla, I understood.
Okay.
So I'm from. I was born in a place called Badaयूं. I don't know.
I know.
You know Badaयूं,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's nearby.
Yeah. So a very big film industry writer happened from was from there. His name was Shakil Badauni, very famous
I know.
poet and writer. So so I was born there, and then I was raised in mostly in Uttarakhand, Nainital, and I studied in army school for a few years in Bareilly.
Oh.
Right.
Wow.
And family lived on that belt, that eastern UP wala belt on from Lucknow up to Gorakhpur.
Understood. So you covered all the
So I've
from
covered
west to east, you everything.
So full proper UP.
Yeah. Amazing. So okay, I'll just take you to your early, childhood days. How, if I have to ask you, how was your childhood? Because all of us, when you said coming from a middle class family from UP, and then an army background, and then making it big into a city like Mumbai, which is called City of Dreams, but a lot of people also call it a very hostile city, and a lot of things we call it. But you need to have that strong foundation to actually come here and have the guts to, and of course talent, so that goes without saying. How will you describe your childhood, if I have to ask? Were you a notorious kid or a very seedha saadha padhne wala bachcha? How were you like that?
No, I was notorious.
You're notorious?
I was notorious.
Okay.
I was not a very simple kid. I mean, I was a simple kid, but I was notorious. I mean, I think वो शैतानी मेरे अंदर थी because for whatever reason, I don't know. My older brother was always the शांत one, and I was always the more notorious one. और मैं चुपके चुपके बदमाशियां ज्यादा करता था. छुप के बदमाशियां ज्यादा करता था. तो yes, I was very notorious, and you know, I think I got a lot of beating.
Okay.
I used to get a lot of beating in school. मुझे मेरे स्कूल के टीचर्स ने बहुत पीटा है. बहुत पिटाई हुई है. So I was one of those kids जिनको पता ही था कि मार पड़ने ही वाली है, फिर भी चैन से नहीं बैठते थे, शांति से नहीं बैठते थे, बहुत बदमाशियां करता था मैं. So yes, I was a notorious kid, and I think as I grew up, even when I was in army school, so I'm not from army background, but I studied in army school because I wanted to get into the army, and most of my classmates went into the army, and I came here.
Okay.
My father retired from the railway, so I was still. Father was a government servant, and so yeah. Even while I was in the army school, I learned a lot of discipline, though. A lot of discipline, and I'm a very huge Kattar nationalist, in my mind. But obviously शैतानियाँ नहीं जाती थी, तो बदमाशी बहुत करता था मैं. Even when I was in army school, बहुत पिटाई होती थी मेरी. स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल तक से पिटाई हो गई थी मेरी. तो I was not a very शांत or a normal kid. I was always a little outrageous.
Actually, you were normal. शैतानी देने मतलब you were normal.
करना normally.
Yeah. But you said you wanted to, I think, you said you wanted to get into the army.
Yeah.
What made this switch, getting into the absolutely opposite, creative field?
So I think obviously it's something that is there written in your destiny. But I think because I got this one offer of modeling when I had just turned 19, and the offer was so lucrative that I was completely in disbelief कि यार ऐसा भी हो सकता है. They offered me, even though they said that the budget wasn't very good, but they offered me a package that was way above my father's salary also. So I said, my God, this is huge. And then I shot for the campaign. It was my first campaign was a center spread in Time magazine. So Time magazine is the biggest thing in the world, you know. So for me, it was I didn't even know what hit me, you know. So I was in no time I was in the middle of I was thrown in the middle of the sea, and and I started enjoying it because I could see that I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm having fun. I'm making money. So this is very great. You know, the field is amazing. You know, and I'm really feeling very good being in it. Obviously, those are initial stages, and then as you grow ahead and you go ahead and you move forward, you start to realize the challenges.
Of course.
But when once you're in it, it sort of sucks you in. You know, this industry is such, the work is such, the job is such that you enjoy it so much that you get addicted to it, and then that addiction is very difficult to sort of disconnect from.
I think addiction is with the challenges also. I'm very sure.
With the challenges, because it keeps you going. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you, mentally. It is always charging you up that this is what I have to do. I have to do this. I have to do that now. I have to go, get better than that. I have to do so much. There's so much all the time. So it activates everything in your body and mind.
We can call it a good stress, actually.
It is. I mean, you got to love it.
I have to say this to you. You act and you started modeling. You were a part of a band, which again you are. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You write also. I think you have a production house also.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you don't do?
I think it is. I mean, I'm lucky, I would say, because as an artist, I think you should be able to do everything.
Yeah.
Or as much as you can, because an artist's job is to keep growing, with your art. I mean, if you can sing and act, there is nothing like it.
Of course.
You know, if you can write, sing and act, there's nothing like it. You know? I write poetries, you know, I write, sometimes I've written songs also. So I enjoy doing it. I mean, I like working on scripts. I mean, I would love to make films in this country that, you know, people can remember, you know. So it is there in me, you know. It's always, my mind has always been, it's never been limited. I've never been limited to one thing. I've always explored so much more. And I think it has only made me better. It has only made me evolve more as a human being, as a person, and as an artist also.
Right. In a way, we can say you're a storyteller because you're expressing through different mediums, be it writing,
Absolutely.
singing, acting,
Poetry,
of course. Okay. You just mentioned about films, making movies or telling stories. I was anyway about to come to that. I'll come to that. But before that, you mentioned poetry. Is there anything, कोई ऐसे lines हैं which are your favorites, which आपने खुद के लिखे हुए? And if you remember now.
I can read them out.
We would love to. Actually, we all would love to. Your fans would love to.
एक इंतजार सा है इस मन में, एक एतबार सा है इस मन में, ढलती एक शाम रोज है पर फिर भी एक सुबह का इकरार सा है मन में। यूं तो ये दिल रोज मायूसी के बिस्तर पे सो जाता है, फिर भी उसके लौट आने का एक ख्याल सा है मन में।
Wow. You've written it recently.
Just परसों रात में लिखा हुआ नहीं है।
Hey, wow, we got the fresh mal.
Fresh mal.
Out of the ऐसे stock में से निकला हुआ। It's amazing. It deserves an applause for sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I was watching this scene from Singer's King a few days back. I think, if I'm wrong, when you meet your ex-partner and the
in the mall.
Yeah. It's anyway, I really love the film. You can watch it anytime. खाते वक्त कैसे भी.
I know.
You have also worked in Khiladi.
Khiladi 420 was my first film, my launch film.
Yes. And so while shooting for it, did you anticipate that Khiladi would become actually one of the best franchises that came out from the Hindi film industry?
No, I didn't know. I obviously because it was my launch,
right? And
I was very, very young, and I was being launched as a parallel lead with Akshay Kumar, you know, and Mahima Chaudhary was a heroine, and it was a lavish production by late Mr. Keshu Ramse, and later on, obviously, it went on to become a big brand, and I'm glad that I was a part of the first Khiladi 420, first Khiladi series.
Amazing. How was it shooting with with the entire cast? How was it shooting for Khiladi and of course Akshay?
It was great. It was a fantastic experience, and Akshay Kumar, in fact, Akshay's cousin was a very dear friend of mine, and I had a release that time. It was a very, very big television commercial which I did for a beer brand.
Okay.
And it became extremely popular. And because it was so popular, it was shot by Kunal Kapoor, Shashi Kapoor's oldest son, who directs ads and stuff. I've done a lot of work with Kunal. So it was directed by him, and it was the thing, the ad that time running on television. And I think Aki had seen that, and he knew that his cousin and I were very good friends, and so he said why don't you call him? So he was the one who actually got me the film.
Oh,
Akshay was the one who got me the film, and it was great. I mean, what better than working with a star like Akshay and being launched opposite him as a parallel lead, and then working with late Neeraj Vora, who was one of the best writers that time, and it was his directorial debut. So I think I was very lucky to have got that film.
Amazing. And like I was mentioning, you've been around since so long. Do you feel the changes, of course, changes to aate hi hai in every industry, but what are the good and bad things, or I don't want to call it bad, but good and not so good changes, which you might have felt since the time you started till now?
See, change is inevitable. There is
Of
nothing that you
course.
can do about it. There are always going to be some good changes. There are always going to be some changes that you will not agree with mentally and morally. But change happens, and things have become. Earlier, things used to be simpler. Now they are a bit more complicated. But there is always, a flip side to it. There is so much more convenience of things also today. In terms of anything that you make today, there's so much more scope to advertise it or
Yeah.
to be able to reach the people and get their first reactions to it. So there's so many positive changes that have happened, but also there's a negative side to it.
Yeah.
You also get trolled if you're not good. So a lot of things have happened, but
Yeah.
also I think the biggest thing that has happened in the industry is the corporatization of the film industry,
Right.
which has been the most welcome change, I think.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
You have worked on almost every platform
Yeah.
possible. Which one, I don't know, it'll be fair to ask, but which one of the three is your favorite to work on?
So I've never been able to differentiate between
Acha,
the two.
okay.
As an actor, for me, I feel being in front of the camera as an actor is always the same, because
Okay.
I am playing a character. Whether it is for OTT or it's for television or it's for films, I am playing a character. So for me, I have to give my 100% everywhere, right? The only difference is probably behind the camera, where it's a different platform. The challenges are different in terms of your deadlines. Right? So on television, there's always a deadline. So you're always working against a deadline. On OTT also, there is a little bit of deadline, but there is more, space to,
Yeah.
sort of execute your stuff. Films are mostly at leisure, So that is the only difference I would say in terms of behind the camera. But as an actor in front of the camera, I don't see a difference at all.
Amazing. And I cannot not talk to you about Anupama when we are talking to you. People will kill me if I don't.
No, please go ahead.
So like I said, जैसे खिलाड़ी नहीं हुआ था, it turned out to be what it is today. The serial Anupama. I don't think anyone who has not watched the serial, who or ऐसे नहीं not watch. I'm telling you, my friends, my age, and I'm not exaggerating. I know two of them. They'll understand if they'll watch it. But ऑफिस में काम करते वक्त एक स्क्रीन पे अनुपमा चल रहा है और एक स्क्रीन पे they're doing their work.
Wow.
It is a rage. When you signed for the show, again, did you anticipate, and firstly, what made you sign Anupama? Is it your character or the story? What was the motivation for you?
I think the first thing that the first reason I would say was not my conviction, but
Okay.
Rajan's conviction.
Acha, okay.
Rajan, obviously being a very very old friend,
Right.
when he came to me, he said कि भाई मैं एक show बना रहा हूँ, and only if you say yes will I pitch it to the channel, and वो character जो है, it is first of its kind because it's going to be a grey shade character.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine anybody else apart from you playing that character.
Okay.
So his conviction was so strong that it hit me. I said, if Rajan is saying so convincingly कि ऐसा है, so I told him that okay, let's meet. I was shooting for an OTT series in Nepal that time, in
Okay.
Kathmandu, and when I came back, so he gave me a narration and he gave me a little lowdown on what the whole thing, and I really liked it because I think the story, as obviously it has created history, the story and the backdrop was such
Right.
that it really sort of intrigued me, because television had not seen anything of that sort.
Yeah.
It was a very typical middle class backdrop, a story of a middle class family which has a dada, dadi, bua, mama,
Yeah.
bachche, all of that, a typical middle class setup.
Right.
And a story that was human, a story that was realistic, a story of a husband, wife, and the second woman, right? So that was the love triangle that the story was built on.
Right.
And I think it was, I didn't have to think much in terms of the content, because it was already sounding very, very good. although I had to prepare myself mentally for a very long time, because
of course.
daily shows is something that I'd never done,
Right.
and I had to become I had to be a lot more stronger to be able to sort of become a part of that world of daily shows, you know, because you are going to give yourself
For
into
those
something
number
for
of days. It's longer commitment.
It's a very long commitment.
Right, right. I can understand that.
Yeah.
So the character Vanraj, usme, what were your inputs in the character that you played? Like, was it perfectly, absolutely written like that, or were there any input of yours?
So nobody could have written Vanraj
Yeah.
down. Vanraj was a thought,
Right.
and Vanraj was a thought, and Vanraj was told to me as somebody who's grey shade, and his equation with the wife, and how his behavior is towards the wife, and how he is otherwise. So you know, the one thing that I realized was that Vanraj's character was an open field for me to play on. It was not an author-backed kind of a character, while the wife's character, Anupama's character, was author-backed because उसको डिफाइन किया हुआ था कि वो अच्छी ही है, larger than life ही है, और वो सब कुछ अच्छा ही करेगी, वो कुछ गलत नहीं
सही करेगी. Right.
So those definitions were given.
Right.
But with Vanraj, I had an open field, and I was given a playground that I played on for 4 years, and I gave it a different color every time I did something. I mean, I tried, and it was written. I mean, obviously, writers put in a lot of effort in trying to give me what I would, you know, probably take a little ahead and, you know, execute. So I tried to create a lot of things about Vanraj, and also changed it a little bit with certain incidents, you know, maybe when the leap happened, or when the son died, and, you know, all of those things. I kept giving it a different color so that it doesn't get boring, but yet I kept it very unpredictable, a little menacing, a little scary, and also a lot of people found it adorable when he got very vulnerable with his parents, कि माँ के सर में गोद में सर रख दिया, या बाप के गोद में सर रख दिया, रोना शुरू कर दिया. तो how he was with his parents, and how he would become when somebody touched his child, or how he would. So it was a very complex character, very complicated. So it was not a very simple character to play.
Every situation was different anyway. You're reacting to that. Wow. But I want to ask कि ऐसा कभी हुआ है कि उस कैरेक्टर को लेकर लोगों ने ऐसे messages भी, because like you said, it's a grey shade, so unexpectedly that character could turn positive, relatable, and sometimes also not so likable. कभी लोगों ने DMs भेजे हैं या फिर कोई tags किए कि प्लीज ऐसा मत करो जो भी कर रहे हो आप, because Indian shows ऐसे होते हैं, वो घर घर में जाते हैं, people लोग ना अपना बनाना शुरू कर देते, they feel they are a part of that family. So have you ever received such messages or anything, any comments कि यार प्लीज ऐसा मत करो, whatever you are doing?
Millions of times. Millions of them. And they would always question me कि मैं ऐसा क्यों कर रहा हूँ. Sometimes a lot of anger came my way, a lot of anger, and I enjoyed it. Why I enjoyed it is because I knew I was doing something right.
Which is why the reaction.
You know, which is why the reaction. So अगर वो लोग नहीं वैसे रिएक्ट करते, या गुस्सा नहीं करते, या हेट नहीं करते, तब मुझे चिंता हो जाती कि यार मेरा कुछ मतलब लगता कैरेक्टर में दम ही नहीं है कि लोग
पहुंच नहीं पा रहे.
But I think it was a lot of anger, a lot of hatred, all that was coming. I always knew it was you know, a form of love that is coming my way, and I only understood that when I exited the show.
Okay.
When I announced it on social media, there was so much love that I received from across the world. Millions of messages, and how people are still messaging me. Please come back. Please come back. We, you know, I mean, it's amazing, you know, the amount of love that I garnered all these years, you know. Yeah.
It was a shocker because no one could imagine, you know, like one of the pillars of the show, no one could imagine, अरे ओ ये क्या हुआ, ये कैसे हो सकता है, क्यों हो रहा है, and then people was like googling ऐसा हुआ, and you know the stuff that happens.
But see, the thing is that there were so many assumptions. There are so many stories
Right.
that they you know they get created on their own also sometimes. But I never paid attention to them because whatever reason I had, I always spoke about it, and I always said that it's been 4 years and it's a long time.
Right.
And I didn't have much left to offer to the character because I had already exhausted myself giving so much. And while it is still going good, I would rather walk away than walk away at a time when it's going down.
Yeah. Then another set of stories would have come. Understood. Absolutely understandable. But you know what I really like about the fact is that you said you want to tell stories. It's not just about just acting in front of the camera. It is you are way beyond that. Any plans, like are you working on a script? Any plans on direction? Anything is happening?
Not direction yet, but production, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not direction yet. So I'm focusing right now mainly on two things. My acting career, big time, and obviously production.
Right.
Yeah.
Stock production it's called, right?
Huh?
What's the name of the production house?
No, so that may change now.
Because Wikipedia says stock production.
No, it was raw stock actually.
Raw stock. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
okay.
it might be changed now.
Acha, so okay, you're working on what in acting, like what all projects are you working? If you can tell anything about it.
So I'm in talks for a couple of things, but I've just finished shooting for a very big OTT show for Amazon Prime. It's a game show, which
Okay.
I'm not allowed to talk about right now because they still haven't started talking about it, promoting it. So once they start the marketing and promotion, I will speak about it. It
Okay.
is one of the biggest productions I've been a part of.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
produced by BBC
Wow.
for Amazon Prime,
Wow.
and it is something that I would love to talk about because it's a once in a lifetime experience. So I shot it in Jaisalmer, and it's hopefully going to be out by early next year.
Wow, now the build-up is much. We are excited. But okay, there is one thing called being in front of the camera and a storyteller. But as a consumer, as an audience, what do you have to say about the current state of films or any kind of content that we are creating? Are you happy? Because we can see re-releases are happening and they are working better than I think sometimes the original content that is coming out also. Are you happy, or are you like अरे I wish there was something I could see, और कुछ देखना है, कुछ देखने का मन है, not able to watch it, और मन के मुताबिक पिक्चर नहीं आ रही है, and so on and so forth.
So yeah, I mean, I personally consume a lot of silly stuff like horror.
Horror is in right now.
Yeah, my favorite source of entertainment is horror.
Wow.
Or a very good comedy.
Right.
So that is it for me. But in terms of, if you ask me, the quality of content that is being churned out, maybe not that great. Which is why a lot of releases are happening of old films and
Right.
all of that. There is a lot of content that is being made, and I think OTT has some good content that comes out every now and then. But I still feel that there is still a lack of original stuff. There are millions of stories in our country, but I still feel that people still stuck in this whole game of setting up projects and
I get it.
safety and
Yeah,
this
yeah.
and that, and so people are scared to tell stories because everybody gets down to यार commercial कुछ लिखते हैं वो तो क्योंकि actor नहीं आएगा तो फिर ये नहीं होगा तो फिर वो नहीं होगा. So it is it's unfortunate, but that's how it is.
Right.
In our country. Hopefully that will improve. It has improved a little now.
Right.
With some content that has been very brave and very successful also. Like a 12th fail or something.
Right. Right.
So I'm hoping that things keep improving in terms of content and a lot of new stuff, not of new stories there are.
Right. Right.
told.
But you're right, because वो safety वाले के चक्कर में actually I think it's not working, because वो अनसेफ हो जाता है, you know.
Yeah.
वो बहुत सारी चीजें काउंट की जाती है, the number game.
Yeah.
Everything is about the numbers
Yeah.
now, and especially when it comes to social media.
Yeah.
Do you take pressure of being like active on social media, or you just like my work will speak?
No, I don't take pressure at all, but I've sort of understood that it's a necessary evil. Social media is a necessary evil that you have to.
That's a nice term to use,
Yeah,
actually.
it's something. So instead of getting into the wrong side of it,
Yeah.
I stick to the right side of it. I keep posting content that is relevant to my work or anything to do with my profession. Nothing really personal ever.
Right.
So for me, it is good, nice, good space, and I keep posting stuff that is relevant to my work.
Your work. Wow. Like I was mentioning, अपने I think सभी platform, सभी medium try कर लिए हैं. I don't think there's anything left. The one thing left is reality.
Yeah.
Has it ever been offered to you?
Like I said, I just shot a game show
Okay,
for
right.
Amazon Prime. So that is something that like I said, it's a once in a lifetime experience. So it is.
Wow. मैं देसी reality Big Boss की बात कर रहा था. Has it ever been offered to you?
Many times, but I don't belong to that space at all.
Okay. Yeah. I was about to ask, do you see yourself in that house
No,
over there?
I don't belong to that space at all.
Right. Amazing. You know, there's one more thing I want to talk to you about regarding the pap culture, which has now it's everywhere. You know, it was in the West. I think in the West it was already existing, but in India it's so literally everywhere. What are your thoughts on the emerging? अभी तो मैं emerging भी नहीं बोलूँगा. It has emerged. It has arrived on the pap culture that we have here, because it's actually a lot here in Hindi as compared to other languages, is what I've heard. I don't know if it is right or wrong, but majorly
It
we
is.
say that. So,
It
what
is.
are your thoughts on that?
I think it is. See, like I always say, everything will keep evolving and changing. You know, the pap culture is now here, and it's here to stay. I think because of the kind of stakes this industry has. Also, because people believe in being seen all the time. People have started realizing that it's very important to keep the content going in such a way that the audiences are connected with you, even with your personal lives.
Right.
So all that is happening, and I think as long as you strike a good balance, it should not become obsessive. It should
Right.
not be like everything from your going to restaurants, eating food, to going to the loo and wearing shoes, or what shoe you're wearing,
Everywhere. it is.
everywhere. So
Yeah.
it becomes, I think you have to strike a balance between your professional life and personal life. You must, sort of keep a very clear distinction between the two.
Right.
Pap
Right.
culture is good, but as long as it is helping you professionally, or it has a professional relevance, it is good. Nothing bad
Amazing.
in that.
If I have to ask you any advice or any message, if you have to give it to maybe 19 years or 18 years old Sudhanshu, what would it be?
Very difficult to say, because I like, it's like this question is similar to when somebody says, what would you like to change in your past if you were given a chance, right?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
And I would say that nothing
Wow.
I would like to change. You know why? Because today, whatever I am, whatever I've become, is because of the life I've led, the experiences that I have had, all the good, bad, ugly phases of my life that I've gone through, and how those phases have inspired me or influenced me to get better in life, to take a certain path in my life, and to become the way I am. So I feel that all the respect and the love and the good things that people say about me
Right.
today is all a result of what I am or I have become, thanks to all the experiences of my life. So I don't think I would like to change that or alter that.
Wow, that's actually a lesson to learn because a lot of times I can speak for myself. I keep, ये क्यों हो गया, वो क्यों हो गया. I keep doing that.
I know,
That's a lesson to learn actually
Yeah.
from you. I'm sure for me, and I can speak for others also in that sense. Lastly, do you seek validation in awards? Like awards जो होते हैं, do they matter to you or you're like मिल गया तो अच्छा है or whatever?
नहीं, मिल गया तो अच्छा है, otherwise it doesn't really matter.
You don't get affected with awards?
No, not
getting
at all.
awards.
Not at all.
Okay.
I don't get affected. In fact, I every time I get an award, whether I'm nominated or there's so millions of awards happening these days, you
I
know, you
know,
keep
that
going.
is also true. Yeah.
There's half of them I don't even go to.
Yeah.
And if I really go to, I always thank my stars that any sort of recognition I always believe is a reward, for your hard work and all the love that people have given you. So you just take it as a reward, not as an award. You take it as a reward and just thank the Almighty, and that's it. I don't take that so seriously.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know I said lastly, but मेरे दिमाग में I have to ask you, do you consider yourself as a religious person?
Of course, I'm extremely religious. I follow my dharma, that is Sanatan, and I'm very, very proud of it. I'm a proud Brahmin, I would say, very, very proud Brahmin, and I follow my being Brahmin because
Oh, wow.
I wear my Janeu and I follow it, and I think it is very important because today people don't know the difference between being religious and spiritual. People get confused,
Yeah.
and the most important thing to understand is that you can't only be religious or you can't only be spiritual. It has to be both. You can't be religious if you're not spiritual.
Right.
So, and that is another chapter that we could discuss
Yeah, वो
some
तो
other
that's
time.
of course.
because
Yeah.
People get really confused about that.
I get it, and I'm you're right actually, because if you just say a line or two, it could be
Yeah.
Taken in any sense. It actually needs a proper explanation.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I'm not scared of saying that I am a hardcore Sanatan person.
Right.
Extremely proud of it, and I'm also spiritual because I think I'm in touch with my conscience all the time. So
Wow.
I think that's more than enough for people to know what the combination is, because लोग
Right.
बोलते हैं ना अहम ब्रह्मास्मि,
Aham Brahmasmi. Yeah.
आपके अंदर ही भगवान है, तो
Yeah,
वो एक ही
yeah.
बात है, being spiritual and religious.
Right. Amazing. I think that the calmness that you have comes from there only, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly noticing you're very nicely answering. I'm just hopping around. That's again something to learn. But on that note, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so
Before
much.
I let you go, any message that you have to say to our viewers and your fans who have given you've given you so much love throughout the years?
Yes, I definitely want to say that मुझे लगता है कि भगवान महाकाल की मुझ पर बहुत बड़ी कृपा है कि आप सबका इतना मुझे प्यार मिला है, मेरे कैरेक्टर वनराज को इतना प्यार मिला, हमारे बैंड ऑफ बॉयज़ में जो हम गाने लेके आते हैं उनको इतना प्यार मिला. तो मुझे लगता है कि जो भी ये प्यार ऑडियंस का हमें मिलता है वही एक तरह से भगवान की कृपा है, क्योंकि बहुत मेहनत की जाती है कुछ भी एंटरटेनमेंट क्रिएट करने के लिए और अपनी ऑडियंस तक पहुंचाने के लिए, और जब ऑडियंस उसको एक्सेप्ट करती है और उसके बदले में आपको प्यार देती है तो ये बहुत बहुत बड़ी ब्लेसिंग है. और मैं आप लोगों से बस यही कहूँगा कि आप लोग खुश रहिए. दुनिया भर में बहुत नकारात्मकता है, बहुत नेगेटिविटी है, तो बस अपना ध्यान रखिए, अपने मन का ध्यान रखिए, पॉजिटिव रहिए और प्यार और पॉजिटिविटी को जितना फैला सकें उतना फैलाइए, क्योंकि दुनिया भर में लड़ाइयाँ तो वैसे भी हो रही हैं.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure talking to you.
Likewise.
And I hope we meet again soon for your further coming
Sure.
project. जिसके लिए build up बहुत ज़्यादा हो चुका है. And I'm excited now. But I'm sure if you're saying it, there has to be something very good.
It will be
Amazing.
worth its
Thank you
while,
so
yes.
much for joining
Thank you
us.
so much.